Du jag kan acting som en lupig de kapacicel Sedaka du bak sisi moya lang mong ha me di la antula siu sang men ha I can't let you out my way to walk the night ming hang between the door and yeah Michael like did Lilium look narrow not so high. My I'm getting it. Oh, it's over. I'm just getting it. I was pretty close on one of those words. There's a word that sounds like Mekwon. Okay. That's the, we got to sing that now. Because we're going to be friends with the Philippines. We got to do like they do. How you doing? Welcome to another. I really shouldn't look at myself when I do these things. Hi. I usually I dress for this, but I fell asleep in this, and if you pull the hood over your head at night, it's like in your own world there. I see why those kids do it. It's cool. Cool, and it looks cool. Looking very cool. The shades is not an affectation, are not, or maybe two affectations. But excuse me a second. I'm trying. I still got the teeth whiteners in. They're driving me nuts. How long are you supposed to leave them in? Oh, well, who am I talking to? Ellie made me do it. So you leave them in, Dad, and then you got to do it every week or day or every few hours. Because you're visual now, Dad. Pardon me. Video is not radio, Dad. Video they can see you. Look at how white they are, though. Would you excuse me? You're driving me nuts. Just talk among yourselves. Here. Tell you what. We're going to have to do this a few times. So, can you see the screen? All right, I'll get out of the way. I gotta take these white strips out. Learn the anthem. There you go. Afterwards, because all that stuff sticks to them. What do you think? Look how white they are. It's embarrassing how white they are. I look like I am professionally done. You tend to start. Oh, no, not yet. Okay. No, come on. No, just wait. No, later. I don't feel I have it yet, but Philippine National Anthem. But here, this is interesting. You know what it sounds like? Not the tempo, but transposed to a little bit different way of doing it. It sounds exactly like the Mighty Mouse theme song.
Mr. Trouble never hangs around.
See,
when he hears
you put Tagalog words in there.
Here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Way.
Yes, sir, when there is
Yes, sir. I love the
trouble to
yes, sir in there.
Mighty Mouse will
Join the fight. That's almost
on
it.
the sea or on the
Land.
land. He gets the situation well in hand.
Four-fingered hand, yes.
So though we are
Okay,
in danger,
all right.
we
It
never
sounds just like the
despair.
Philippine.
Must we know that where
I
there's
mean, no
danger,
disrespect.
he is there.
I mean, no disrespect. I just thought it did. So, you know, we're going to, Trump, that's his good buddy, Duterte. So now we're going to have to do it because he doesn't want to use the anthem we have because it's got Jose in there, Jose, can you see, the third grade joke? So I know there'll be another one, a new anthem for us. Mighty Mouse. We change it to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will join the fight on the sea or on the land. Donald Trump has got it well in hand. Yes, let's go that way. Total farce. Enough of this partial farce. How are you? I'm pretty good. Okay, I don't know. I couldn't sleep, and I was hungry, so I got up and there's nothing to eat. Except my friend gave me some of these candies he brought back from a trip. I think like the stuff you buy in an airport or something. I don't know where he was actually. Wasn't gone that long. But he came back, and they're pretty good. But they're not. I like a hard candy. I don't know. TH what? Oh, they must make. Why would they stamp them? That's weird. They're not bad. They're kind of good. I prefer a hard candy. I was raised on hard candies. My mom would always say, have a hard candy. Take a piece of fruit, she would say that. That didn't work. Then she'd just say, why don't you take a nap? She tried to get me to go to sleep for some reason during the day, like I was, 60 years old. And, excuse me. Or have a hard candy. Because that's all we had was hard candy. She liked them. Okay, how are you then? Pretty good? That's fine. I ate the whole can of those last night is what happened. And then I still, this is sad, right? You want, what's my retirement life like? Let me just get this down here a little bit now. There. And now you can see more of me. This is sad. Look at what I have here. Seriously. I have one piece of that, fake white bread that's supposed to be wheat. With nothing to put on it. I thought I had other stuff here. I remembered I had the bread. The last of the peanut butter went to the mousetraps. And then, very nice plum. All right. But I was eating the plum while I had the white strips on. So, I think, do they look purple? Okay. Anything to put on bread, come on over. You know where I am. Just knock on the door. You have to go up the ladder first into the tree. Okay, pretty good. Fine, thanks. From House of a Guy's Own. That's where I'm broadcasting from. It is. It's Call Me Maybe Not. CMMN, as we try to remember to call it. And you can email us, by the way. If you don't reach us by the phone, you can email us. For all the good it'll do you. At whad'ya2, as in a 2, at gmail.com. And during the course of the show, is the number up? Can you see that? See, it's too light, isn't it? You can sort of see it. Because I had to do it again, and I thought, well, you don't want it in your face. 100%. So I went, dial it back too much. You can hardly see. I have to, in fact, the same color as my shirt, so that's really a bad thing. But it is 608-256-3029 or 608-CLOD-0X. Don't X. Here, the personal note, we passed 100,000 downloads. Boy, that candy's coming up on me. Packs for a small candy, it's too sweet, though. I don't really care for all that sweet. I'm very careful about what goes into this body. Yes, you can see why I would be. You know, you're only given one like this. And so you got to do the best you can with it. Anyway, 100,000 downloads for the What Do You Know podcast, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. You can get it on SoundCloud, and you need to do it, really, because you're missing a wonderful, innovative way of making long-form, old-school radio on overly long podcasts. But they're very good, I think. I don't know. It didn't bother me so much, but I didn't listen to them. Anyhow, 100,000 of them are downloaded. Thank you for that. If you're one of those people and listen to it, and you can do it on iTunes, there's some pretty good stuff on there, I think. Anyhow, the important thing, 100,020 as of this morning. Lady Gaga has 1,130,000. Therefore, I am just 1,029,980 short of Lady Gaga style. Success late in life. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, let's look at all the news that isn't, shall we? Or unless you'd like to hear the Philippine National Anthem. And once again, I think it's probably a very good song. And I looked at the words, and it seemed to be an anthem. And candy. They're going to call me the Candy Man. Oh. They're very tasty, though. I like to get a recipe for candy. That'd be cool. I could make them in like ice cube trays or something. It's just like a gelatin, and I don't know what else they put in them. It's very tasty. Philippines may get new laws, sing national anthem with spirit, or face prison time. So that's what that was all about. And it's not an easy anthem to sing. I don't know. Maybe it is, if you're Filipino, because you know the words at least, and you know how to say them. That's a big help. But I mean, the tune itself, well, it's just one of them strident tunes, you know, as anthems tend to be. Anyhow, the bill, if it is passed by the Senate and signed into law, a failure to sing Lupang Hinarang with sufficient energy would be punishable up to a year in prison and a fine of 50,000 to 100,000 pesos, which is about $1,000 to $2,000, which is a lot. The second offense would include both a fine and prison time, and violators would be penalized by public censure in a newspaper. Oh, I think they should just do that. Just give them the public censure and forget this ridiculous. What, are you kidding? The singing shall be mandatory and must be done with fervor, the bill states. This goes to our Congress next. The law would also mandate the tempo of any public. See, the tempo, because if you slow it down, then you get Mighty Mouse. Of any public performance of the anthem, it must fall between 100 and 120 beats per minute, heartbeats. Schools would be required to ensure all students have memorized the song. Okay. Then they go on here and talk about Colin Kaepernick for some reason. That's when I throw the paper at the fan. Ooh, I hit the fan. Okay. I did a translation, an obscene translation of a Duterte anthem, but I don't think I'll bother you with that. The other big news of the week, of course, is Trump interrupting a female reporter and saying a nice smile to her while he was leering at her while talking to the Irish Prime Minister. You know, so he felt he could, you know, Ireland and all. Oh, yeah, and he said, here's a quote from Mr. This is the only place he's actually given a press release of any sort. When he was talking on the phone and ogling. I say ogling. I don't care if you say ogling. An attractive reporter from France. Well, she's from France, I believe. Anyhow, oh, no, she was from Ireland. Okay, well, then this all is just too perfect. I think there was a French one. I may be mixing some of these up. He said to the Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, well, we have a lot of your Irish press watching us. Then, interrupting the conversation, he pointed at Catriona Perry and gestured for her to come to him. Probably You think? I'm talking to the Prime Minister. Come. Sorry. Come. And where are you from? He said. Go ahead. Come here. Where are you from? We have all of this beautiful Irish press. After she introduced herself, Mr. Trump told Mr. Varadkar, she has a nice smile on her face, so I bet she treats you well. That should be impeachable. Just do that one there. We got the evidence. And, of course, the Arkansas man topples a Ten Commandments monument. That was going to happen. It's not always an Arkansas man. It's not always in Arkansas. It happened in Oklahoma City because I was there shortly around that time. They put the Ten Commandments there because they had to take it out of in front of the mayor's house or something. And they put it there, wherever it was, in front of the House of Representatives or something like that. You know, whatever it is, their house is called. Anyway, and a guy drove into it the same night. That's the way to do it with these stone monuments. You get a good speed going there. You got to not care about what you're driving. So that limits it to the number of people who actually destroy a monument or a Ten Commandments type thing. But, even Moses destroyed it. Case dismissed. He threw it down, or Charlton Heston, one of them, broke it because the people were worshiping a golden ox or something like that. All right, so I said let him go. You want to hear this one? Drumming cockatoos in the rhythms of love. Save that for later, after some more candy. How about the wooden toe? 3,000-year-old wooden toe from Egypt. No, and it's not even a very good wood toe. Look at it. Does that look at all like those others? You can sort of see that, can't you? Of course, the other toes did not do well the past 3,000 years, but this one, it doesn't look like a toe. It looks like a little spoon on the end of your foot. But it lasted 3,000 years, and the other ones look pretty. Can you really see it? Look at them. Oh, yeah. Now I see. Yeah. So it wins. It turns out the mere presence of your smartphone makes you stupid, according to a study. Your cognitive capacity. Nice way of saying whether you're stupid or not. Is significantly reduced when your smartphone is within reach, even if it's off. That's the takeaway finding. So you don't use the word like takeaway in front of finding. A finding is a finding. A takeaway finding, what you take away from something, is just a common current bullshit of things to say on the internet. Here's a takeaway, like 5 things you need to know. That's offended. This is supposed to be science writing. Anyway, takeaway finding. From a new study from the Combs School of Business at the University of Texas at Austin, Adrian Ward and co-authors conducted experiments with 800 smartphone users in an attempt to measure for the first time how well people can complete tasks when they have their smartphones nearby or even when they're not using them. And I didn't read the whole thing here. This is beyond, we smartphone people don't have the time to read all this, but apparently even if it's around you, you can't think about anything else about whether it might go off or it might be that whatever it is you're waiting for. I keep hitting the fan. Feldman story. All right. Okay, maybe this then. Extra virgin olive oil preserves memory and protects brain against Alzheimer's. Boy, it's hard to find an extra virgin, though, especially if you're older. But that's good to know. Isn't it? When they say virgin, is it extra virgin? What happens between the time it's a virgin and it becomes an extra virgin? They just change the story or something about it? Anyhow, it's good to keep in mind. Well, can't make them all. Then a lot of science stories here, I know, but what the heck? You don't want to talk about the news, do you? No. Frequent sexual activity can boost brain power in older adults. Okay, this ties in with that last story, which I'm not going to retrieve now because I'll be cut to ribbons by the fan. Frequent sexual activity. Okay. I remember that. Can boost brain power. Okay. In me, people like me. Okay, fine. If you can arrange it, we'll be happy to test out this theory. I think you're absolutely right. Frequent sexual activity with someone maybe other than yourself, possibly. Let's do a test. I'll be the control. No, then I wouldn't have any. And this runs into this thing here, and George Clooney. You know, the only thing is weird. It says older dads have geeky sons. Study says. So if you have a kid when you're older, that your son will tend to be a geek, which is so ambiguous, so subjective. So what? But you know, they use for an example here is George Clooney. George Clooney, example of older dad. Canuck the Crow in Vancouver is the best story of all time, or at least recent times. You see this is Canuck the Crow, and he's got a knife from a crime scene in his beak, which he's flying away with up there in Vancouver. He likes anything that's shiny, but the fact that it was at a crime scene really added to the appeal for Canuck. He's now halted the mail delivery in all of Vancouver, and I'm not sure why, but let's read the story and find out, shall we? Postal deliveries have been suspended as part of a Canadian city. This is why I don't read much. Read much? After a well-known crow called Canuck attacked a mailman. Canada Post said it would not resume deliveries at several addresses in East Vancouver, quote, until such time as the hazard no longer exists. Oh, they're going to kill the bird? Look, here's the bird sitting in an officer's wheel there, steering wheel. What are you going to do? Kill that bird? You ask her to take out her service revolver and shoot the bird? Because then who's going to clean up her vehicle, for one thing? This is a very smart bird and deserves our respect. So the mail doesn't get through. Big deal. Canada Post, they take that very seriously. Canada Post said it would not resume as the hazard no longer exists. Canuck is known to have drawn blood after biting a letter carrier. Well, what would you expect to draw after biting a letter carrier? What do you think is in there? Honey? Naturally. That's the fan making that noise, by the way. Is it bothersome? I can turn it off, but it's pretty hot. The bird is known for riding the city's SkyTrain and stealing shiny objects, including a knife from a crime scene. Pictured. Canada Post spokeswoman Darcia Kemet told the BBC, unfortunately, our employees have been attacked and injured by a crow in the Vancouver neighborhood while attempting to deliver the mail. I think this has just been said. Regular mail delivery was suspended in three homes, due to it being unsafe for our employees. So the bird lives in one of three homes? Is that what they're saying? Well, that doesn't make any sense. They are, however, monitoring the situation when delivering the mail to other residents on the street. If our employees believe it's safe to deliver to those three addresses, they do so. Yes. Facebook group there. That's why he's not getting his mail. Some guy said leave the bird alone on Facebook so he doesn't get mail. This thing, just one last thing on Canuck here. His antisocial behavior has even stooped to crime scene tampering. It's pretty good. May of 2016, he swooped to steal a blade that allegedly been used to threaten police officers. One of the constables gave chase, and the bird dropped the vital piece of evidence before making his getaway. There you go. Canuck. We need more crows like him, I think, not fewer. The crows we have in the park are always, I'm walking my dog, they're like circle. Yeah, what are they, vultures? They're crows. Give me a break. Get a job. Find a cornfield. They're bullies. That's the problem with crows. Oh, the number has been on the screen, I think, but I don't see it now. Do you? Oh, yeah, you just can't see it against my shirt. That really is a bad idea. I really can't stop and change that now, though. The number here is 608-256-3029. Oh, I don't think I've turned any of this stuff on. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, that's got to go on. That's got to go on. And then we should be able to hear if the phone actually rings. And then what do we do? Where did I put it? Yes, guess I got that. Here are the questions in case you want to do a quiz. Where the heck candy? I don't know. Doing something like this really makes you hungry. And candy doesn't fill you up. You gotta eat a lot of it. 608 256 3029 or 608 Claude 0X. Is the number to call on Call Me Maybe Not. Okay, you're going to do that, and then I'm going to do some more anthems. What is that now? I got interference from my interference. Okay, I'm not an engineer. Stop doing this to me. Don't bother engineers. Oh, the only other thing I was thinking of is that, Trump and the Russians. So if we do get it like a Trump anthem, it's going to be based on the Russian model, you can bet. So here's what we're in for. I kind of like it. It's very operatic. Popular wisdom given by our forebears. The forebears. Isn't it funny? We have 3 bears. Russia. I like it, but it's long. They want to sit down already and start the ball game, at some point. But anyhow, that's the Russian anthem, so that could happen too. Okay, I brought a harmonica in case this happened. No one called in. 608. And I don't play harmonica, so this is going to be very. Is that on? Yeah, because I'm hearing that pretty good. And yet no one seems to go. Voicemail, did I remember? Turn the fun. I probably did something wrong. Well, I ride on a mail train, baby. Can't buy no thrill. I've been up all night, leaning on the windowsill. Well, if I die. Did I mention it was 608-256-3029? Someone just do that for no reason to see if actually the phone is working or not. I don't. And if I don't make it. Okay. All right, so we're running just about out of time here for this edition of Call Me Maybe Not. It's been one of the maybe not editions of it, and I know it's probably something I did. No, it was me. It wasn't you. It was me. Something I did. And we had some good moments. We had some good. I think some of the national anthems were better than others. Mighty Mouse, granted, is not actually a national anthem, but it was for us kids because he was there to save the day. So, where are you, Mighty Mouse? Where are you, Mighty Mouse? We need you. It's been a wonderful time. I don't understand. Maybe I didn't put the ringer on or something. Did I put the ringer on? I might have taken the ringer down, and I'll put the ringer up there. Do you hear anything if I do that? Huh? How come there's nothing? There's no dial tone. Oh, see this? I think the phone is probably not connected or something. But how is that possible? because you buy a phone, don't you? Oops. And phone service, and yet we don't seem to have a phone connection. Now if I take this here, okay, I gotta follow this cord down over here. Excuse me just a second. I'm sure I'll figure this out in a second. Because it comes in here. Boy, that's generating a lot of heat. There. Yes. Did you hear that? Did that sound like a phone? Okay. It's working. You know, I just threw around that box. That's what you got to do. So I'm going to lengthen the show just a bit here. Now's your chance to call in, and we might actually be able to listen to you. But I can't tell you for sure. I never wanted to be an engineer, or much of anything, to tell you the truth. I almost was a lawyer, but that didn't work out. That worked out. All right, so then area code 608-256-3029, last chance to play the What Do You Know? 1-4 for 1 fur. Okay. So just let me know if you're. Hello? 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 Are you there? Hello? Okay. All right. No, stop. I can't hang up the phone now. I got a voicemail. Can't make a living on a voicemail. Can't make a living at this. Well, it's been a great time, and I'm sorry that for some reason there's some reason. And if you want to try one more time, 608-256-3029. All right, code 608-256-3029. Hello?
Hello.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Can you prove it?
No, not exactly. I could try.
That's all right. Hi, well, thanks for calling in. Ouch. Had you tried earlier and you're unable to do it?
Yeah, I left you the voicemail, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one attempting to try to be witty on the voicemail, and I always fail. So.
Yeah. What do you think it was?
The singing on the voicemail, or?
No. The problem with the phone connection.
Oh, I never tried.
Are you with the phone company?
Yeah, that's a good start. I think the phone company would be a good solution.
Well, it's not. You know what? It's not a phone company though. It's Charter. It's Charter. They're an everything company, and they got you by the you-know-wheres. And everything, our entertainment, our life depends upon Charter. And now they have our phone service. And it's just not a very good phone service if you can't connect a call.
I'm sure for $200 they'll come around and walk around your place and charge you a lot of money and still have it broken when they're done.
Yeah. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Oh, this is Benson Bullwinkle. This is the
It's Benson!
Interview last time.
How are you?
Doing well.
Benton Bullwinkle. I can't believe it's you. Honestly, I can't believe it's you. I can't. You know, I was talking about you on the last show.
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole thing, and I laughed, and I enjoyed the answers to all the questions.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm a terrible interview when someone's interviewing me because I resist it. You know, when I'm interviewing someone else, it's also pretty bad because I don't listen. So when I interview myself, it's just the worst possible of all.
I think it's the best to actually watch it after the fact, because then it just flows.
Does it flow?
It flows.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Well,
What are you up to?
I'm sitting here eating lunch, enjoying the podcast, trying to avoid going back to work.
Yeah. And where do you work again?
Oh, I work in IT, one of those IT people here in Chicago.
Oh, then you should know what was wrong with this phone thing, then, shouldn't you?
Well,
Isn't that information technology?
I think it's kind of like trying to manage to get the problem fixed by somebody else is how I like to do it.
It sounds like you're in an occupation where that would be a good thing to know. All right, let me just see here. Yes. I'm sorry, what would you say?
I'm in it for the career, so if I actually fix the problems, then I don't succeed at doing my job.
Yeah. And it's always plug it in, right, or turn it on?
Yeah, did you try turning it on and off a couple times?
But I'll tell you, when it isn't that, it's so infuriating to have the guy say that to you.
Yeah.
Is it plugged in?
Well, I spent years doing television and audio and chasing cables and being the guy that climbed around on the floor and running good pair of pants trying to find all the problems. And then I realized there were younger people that wanted to do it far cheaper than me. So that's I think the goal of those things.
Yeah. You weren't a TV repairman, were you? What happened to those guys?
Oh, yeah. A geek squad. That's what you need, a geek squad.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, what happened to the guy, when I don't suppose they'd still be working, but, we had a guy who came in and said it has to go into the shop, of course. And they took the old Motorola out, and it wasn't a light thing to cart out of there. And they did whatever they did. They could have done in the living room, but they charge you twice as much. Anyway, but what happened to those guys? Now, there are no TV tubes even to replace.
They're around. It's kind of funny. I started restoring old televisions and radios at one point just because I thought it would be fun, because I like to shock myself. And so I got an old TV, and I started working on it. And another guy I knew, I just knew him from a club I involved with where we kind of work on trains and stuff. Yes, I'm a model railroader. And he came in one day and said, "Oh, wait a minute, you got that model? Well, here, there's this little capacitor right here, and this does it every time." And another guy chimed in, and they actually knew all about how to fix old tube television, but they've gone on to other things. It was really funny.
Yeah.
So I think they're all out there. I think they just kind of disappear. They all move on to other things.
Well, they're probably 85, 86 years old.
That's probably true, too.
But they probably remember, that's the only thing they probably remember is how to fix a TV, at that point. I can see me going that way. The only thing I know would be what
I
don't know anything right now. It's hard to say.
How to fix these TVs where you just take it, throw it out, and buy a new one.
Yeah. But I used to take the back off when I was a kid. Sometimes I remember to unplug it first. But it says, for fear of electrocution, do not remove back. So, of course, the first thing you do is take the back off.
But that was a learning moment. I think that's important.
It was a near-death moment, actually. And you know what? I did it more than once. I did it practically all the time. I think I like the kick from getting that capacitor or whatever that was that you hit there with your screwdriver. And you bridge a capacitor with your neural receptor, something like that. So, did you want to play the quiz?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you did.
I'll
Okay.
myself.
All right. How's that Uncle Sam working for you?
It's doing good. It's sitting out on the front porch, warding off those that want to come to the door.
Yeah. For those that don't know, you actually bought that Uncle Sam that used to stand next to the couch and not wave the flag, but just hold it. Yes, and I appreciate that. It was worth every bit of $1,000. I want you to know that. All right, we have various categories, as you know: current events, people, places, things you should learn in school. Had you paying attention? Science or odds and ends? What would you like?
I think I'd go with things you should have learned in school, considering I was not really paying attention in the days I should have.
All right. The huge bubble, in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy is filled with one of the following. Is it nougat? Is it dark matter? Or is it a million-degree gaseous fog? Do you like the way I said gaseous? That was NPR quality.
I spend a good amount of my time in a gaseous fog, but dark matter just sounds cool.
Who generates it is what I want to know.
going to go with dark matter.
Dark matter is exactly right. This is almost your field, though, isn't it? You're in the dark matter, looking for dark matter in IT. Isn't that pretty much what it is?
It kind of is.
Oh, I forgot.
Like the art of dark matter.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to give you one of these. Although, oh boy, that's really painful. So I think that's great. So congratulations. And do I have a mailing address for you? I probably do from some of the other. But if you could write me at whatdoyouknow2@gmail.com and just
Absolutely, will do.
Give me the mailing address. And hello to the family.
Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, get back to work.
Yeah.
You've stalled long enough.
Coming over.
Okay.
Thanks.
We weren't talking. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay. Nothing was going on there. I think he is the boss, to tell you the truth. They sounded pretty like he didn't care, which is a good idea if you're the boss. Nobody else. Well, anyhow, thanks for listening, and we had some amazing things happen today. Let's try to recall them. No. And, of course, the anthems and some of the news stories. The Crow thing I thought was very good. And, of course, Mr. Bullwinkle, and that's his actual name. He's the nicest guy in the world, by the way. And you would have to be if you grew up with a name like that. And he is, which is amazing. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful world. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever you're doing, and trying to call in. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go to the bottom of that. I'm going to go to the bottom with that and say thanks very much for listening. Talk to you